Welcome back with Happy Chapel. So, this is about the British Red Cross or any other charity out there, but mainly the British Red Cross because I'm sick of seeing it on adverts on YouTube. Every time you turn it on, there's an ad. And even when you've blocked them ads multiple times, they still keep coming. So, you can thank YouTube for this. Who they are, where they get their money from. What do you know about that? Apart from their ads in how they are classed as a charity and they look for money off the people to go out and help other people in other countries. Well, first off, there's a place called the Charities Commission where all these charities are based, more or less. You can bring them all back to Charities Commission. And Charities Commission is a place that will make money off you through taxes. Now you gotta understand, tax is a gift. It's a contribution that you're given to the government for thank you for their services. And with that, they create places like the Red Cross. And these become companies. Which are all related back to you. Now, what you'll find is you own the British Red Cross. The people own it. The people own the Charities Commission. The people own all these companies under it. And they have the cheek to turn to you. Well, you may be struggling in your own home to ask you for more money to help other people in another country. Now, these people that are working in it, do you think that they're struggling? Being able to fly over to another country to help others? Do you think that they're struggling? Not only that, if you've seen where the tax money also goes to foreign countries, there's a big thing about Elon Musk and how he's exposing out in America. That didn't start in America. That started here in the UK. And everything that you see in America is happening here in the UK. In every European country that's run under the United Kingdom, or that has had a running under the United Kingdom and has some kind of an attachment, what you will find is in your tax payments are contributing to companies and countries all around the world that you own, the people own. And they turn to you to look for money out of your pocket while they already create money off the energy usage that you create in who you are as a being. You see, all of it is fake. But you needed a system to have something for an exchange currency. And now that we fell into that pattern, it's how we live. Money for exchange of services or goods. And that money couldn't be created without your presence, without your existence. And because you exist, these companies exist, these jobs exist, and this system exists. But this system doesn't have to be run this way, where you're getting screwed over so somebody else can profit off you. You see, if everybody was being paid for doing what they love to do, then the system could keep running and create wealth and abundance for everyone. But the way they have the system, they screw you over while they use that money to create weapons or pay for weapons in other countries to create war. So when you see war on TV, just know you contributed to that. You helped create that. All of you. Anyone that has a birth certificate and that is in the legal system, then you all contributed to it, whether you know it or not. And you can stand up to it because it doesn't have to be this way. As I said, if everyone was doing something that they loved and got paid for doing that through the energy usage, as that's how the money is created in the first place on a stock market, where there are policies created in contracts through your energy usage. And how that's recorded is the things like your mobile device, your TV, your car, the buildings or places that you go to that you sign into in government places. Anything that you buy, register as in any form or another, your electricity, it's all energy usage. And you get rated on that. And it's put on the stock market. And the rich bid for you. And while you're doing all that, and scraping and scrimping for money to keep your own home going, they're taxing you on that. And they're sending it to other countries so they can have weapons for destruction of war, of man's doing, which doesn't have to be. And it's all there. It's written down for you to read it. But you have to find it first. And they don't make it easy for you to do that. And as I say with the charities, then your money's going to the charities that's there to help clean up the mess that was created in the first place by the system. So the system creates the war, and then they clean it up, all with your money. Because they couldn't do anything if you didn't exist. And the more that people fight and harass each other and steal and be violent, well, then you play into the system because you're not using your consciousness, your awareness of everything, but you're using the awareness of who you are as a physical person, separating yourself from all of others, becoming violent in some sort of form, keeps you in the system. And when you're in the system, you do wrong, you get jailed. But if you used your consciousness and being aware about it, of all, then they can't jail you. You are the power. And then when you see something like the British Red Cross come up on your phone like I do, you'll probably get pissed off after so many times as I have done, because I've blocked it multiple times, but yet it keeps coming up. And I'll be thinking like, what the fuck are you asking us for money for? We've created you in the first place. And you shouldn't even be created, because if our money didn't go to a system to help create weapons of war, then there would be no need for something like the British Red Cross. Because it's the system, the way it is organized to create through war. All you have to do is make two crucial changes, or maybe one. It's keep the system going. And instead of sending money for war, you give it to them who are doing what they love to do. So if you're into medicine, the more you're into that medicine, the more you should be getting paid for the energy usage and how you're helping others. If it's into sports, then the more you're into that sport and into other sports, the more you should get paid for doing that. As everything's recorded anyway. In your movements, and where you go, what you do, and how you do it. And in this way, what you would find is by adding, we're cutting out, which is the two moves. You cut out the war. You cut out the commission or the charities commission. Because it's not charity. How can taxing people be charity? Oh, that's right. It is charity. You give it as a gift to them. And then they tell you that you have to give it. But how often have you stood up to the system not to give it? How often have you just worried about it, being part of their tactics to scare you into giving it, so you don't, do time for the crime, is how they put it in the system. So if you don't conform to what they are telling you, then they will throw you in jail. So they tell you this to fear you. But how often have you went against that, challenged it? Because they can't just throw you in jail for not paying something that's a gift. That would be outrageous. As the system is. It's ridiculous. And to the people that run it, if you're not standing up to it, then how can the people? It starts from the inside. Now, from what I've seen, it has been started and it is falling from where it's been at. But to see some adverts of places like the British Red Cross trying to get your money, well, I'm just warning you that You don't need to be giving them money. That's your choice what you do with your money. But they wouldn't exist only for you in the first place. So why would you be giving them money? To clean up a war that was created by the money in the first place. Through the system. You need to be careful of where you place your money. And understand that these charities are part of the system. To take and circulate the money from you, the people, in a system that makes you worry and struggle and be concerned for others who do the same. Well, the money is not real, really. It's only a way of an exchange. And we have to do physical labor to create that. In a system that keeps us confined into particular jobs, which is slavery. Now think of if everybody was doing the things that they love, and you get paid for it, keeping the system going. How rich and wealthy everybody could be doing what they love. And not seeing ads of people in other countries struggling and companies like the British Red Cross coming in to help them with your money because your money has caused a war in the first place. All I'm saying is think about it. Think about where you're putting your money. The rest of it, it's going to work itself out. As it's fallen the system anyway. Now, whether they start it in a way that works for the people or to keep it running in the same old way, well, then it will collapse completely. Which I don't believe that they can keep it running in the same old way. It's not possible. It's on a fall. And the only way you could keep it going in any sort of form is to make changes that are going to benefit the people in the way the world was created for the people by the laws of God, not the laws of man. This happy chapter, love and peace.